Da-da-da-da-da. Bucket, 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 bucket. Sigh. Bucket, 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 bucket. Sigh. You know, I was at least hoping for one thing to work properly here. So, what you got there is what I've been doing for the last little bit, instead of finding the stuff I need for black steel. Because, frankly, laying track is more interesting than branch mining. At least in this it is. So I said that I want to have a whole bunch of stuff ready there to preserve food with. Because I'm getting... I was like, I want to build up a giant pile of food and then not worry about stuff for a while. The first problem we had was brine, which you get from the ocean. Is this done over here? Or is it just... No, this is just flowers. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit. We need so much brine to preserve stuff. Like vinegar. Vinegar and alcoholic is easy. It's all that stuff is right here. Having to go all the way to the ocean with an inventory full of buckets, and then walk back, and then walk back over to the ocean with an inventory full of buckets, was beginning to get on my nerves. So what we're going to try today is a little bit of pseudo-automation. Yeah, this stopped here. If you're paying attention, this lever was there, and that wasn't powered. Just something about the whole, vagaries of how minecarts work in this. I can hear them. They're sitting here. You probably won't be able to hear that when I run the audio through afterwards, but you just need so effing much brine. But what we're going to do is, right now, our options for liquid storage aren't terribly great, due to the fact that we don't have access to black steel still, which means I can't build the I was thinking about doing something there, and then I found out what it cost. Pump. So this guy here, the electric pump, the Mekanism pump requires a bucket of a type that we can't make yet. So we don't have, again, by the looks of it, that's the only automated way to get water in this game. Or I don't know if it works with lava. I haven't tried. I was playing around in creative to see how the pump worked. We can't make that. What we can make... That's not a word. There's two different things I can make here. So this guy here, the portable tank from Mekanism, requires osmium and redstone and power. And it's just it's that, right? To do blast furnaces, some steel. That I can knock that together, no problem. Right, so that gets us the first tank, which lets us get into Railcraft. Loader. So this guy here, the fluid loader, this costs nothing, right? The hopper, bunch of glass, hopper, and steel. Thank you. I don't quite get the difference between a Terrafirmacraft hopper and a regular hopper. Oh, okay. It doesn't have a chest involved. So it doesn't have an internal inventory? I've never played with a hopper in Terrafirmacraft. But in playing around in creative, tell you what, I'll just back out and I'll show you what we're going to do. So this is the little creative testing ground I've been playing with. You can tell it's creative because I've got all the options and something that I can't normally build. But tank carts, let's get you moving here. This is elementary Railcraft stuff. Tank comes over here, unloads. I let this run. I literally just walked away from my computer for a little while and let it go to make sure it worked. And so far, it has. So this guy carries 32 buckets of water, which is actually, I didn't expect that, given that it's got it's got a Buildcraft tank stuck in it technically. But what we do is you sit here. It's unfortunately it's not automatic. It still requires some amount of manual input because reasons. So you sit here. You throw a bunch of water into the tank. Filters through the loader. The loader keeps this guy here until it's full, which is going to take a while. I have a pipe on me. Let's do this. There. Save a little time. This guy will fill up eventually. So right now all that water is going straight through him. He'll eventually fill up. The loader will spit him out and he'll roll back here and unload, which is about as automated as I can get right now. Right? This still requires me to stand there and hand buckets into a tank. However, we can get water, or we get salt water out of a Railcraft tank, which is good because we can sit here, we can do this for a while, and then I don't have to do it again for a while. That 32 buckets really only satisfies 3 and change barrels of brine. That's 9 buckets a pop. The problem with the line I've got back built already, see, there it goes, and there he is. The problem with the line I've got built already, it's only a single line, which means I could only have one tank cart, running back and forth at the same time. Unless I run a second line. I don't really want to do. But then a guy's got to stand there and wait, right? It's not too long. It doesn't take... If this guy finishes off. What, a couple of minutes. And then it rolls back in. I guess in which time I would have hand bucketed enough buckets back in for this thing to work again. The line I built, I thought I'd spaced the redstone far enough apart. Turns out I didn't. I think I trimmed out. Yeah, hit pause. You would have saw me drive right up into the back of that pair of tank carts. So I'll have to go back and change some of that until I do something silly like build a locomotive. But then, why? You know, I could build a furnace cart at that point. It'd probably work better and be a lot cheaper. So one kind of unfortunate thing is once you turn these guys into chest carts, just rain buckets over the place. Once you turn these guys into chest carts, it doesn't look like there's any way to turn them back. I wasn't paying attention. I went through carts in my inventory and turned them into chest carts. But that's okay, because we'll find somewhere else to use them. What I'm probably going to do is... I'm going to have to, really, run a rail line straight north up here into this, where everything turns kind of orange. That's chert. And I need that chert for my walls. So that's a construction limiting factor there. Seems kind of weird. I went and turned all my sounds down so that the sound of the minecarts wouldn't be deafening, and now I can't hear myself eating. Oh. There's my food. That's not much of a sandwich, is it? Here's one little interesting thing about Terrafirmacraft. You can make toast sandwiches. How's that going to taste? Let's see. Right control. Perfectly safe. Huh? It's bread. Somewhat sweet. My cooking skills aren't doing too great, but you can tell by the fact that I'm making toast sandwiches. Okay, slept through till morning. Over here. This gets us the tank. Right? Yep. And that gets us a tank cart. So that's, I guess in terms of Terrafirmacraft, it's a little pricey. I gotta make, yeah, this kind of came down a bit. I made a whole lot of track, kind of having miscalculated the amount that you get out of the current recipe. Mentally, I was still thinking that we're on regular Minecraft. Turns out, rail. Yeah, I thought we got 16. I just went, okay, I'll make a whole bunch, and yeah, so I've got a ton of track now. But let's visit our wonderful, beautiful little rolling machine here to build another cart, so I don't have to run out there. So that gets us that, and then I need. What do I need to make the loaders? I need bricks. Oh, I need funnels. Hoppers. Yes, I know they're called hoppers. They just look like funnels to me. So 2 detectors, a fluid loader and a fluid unloader. Bricks and pressure plates, that's easy. 2 hoppers and a bunch of glass. Okay. Well, you give me a minute while I stand here next to my rolling machine. What do I need? I need double sheets. Let's check this. Copper, wrought iron, double sheets. Yeah. 2, 4, 8. Yeah. I hate math so much. So it looks like you actually have to use TFC to do this. Oh, you're going to run out of run on me. Can you do it first time? Ah! Son of a... Dang it. There, that wasn't too hard at all. Not hard at all. Okay. I had to build this thing out because every time I started doing math, I would lose track of where I was, and I need to make sure that I had all the blocks. The minimum size of a Railcraft tank is 3 by 3 by 4 high. You need to have a valve at the bottom. Otherwise, the game won't let, it doesn't turn into a tank. It just doesn't. So you have one valve to go in the side, one to come out the bottom. And we end this with two tank walls left that apparently don't want to match with those anymore. Interesting. But we've got a loader and unloader. Tank cart. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to get to the because the infuser requires, where is it here? The infuser. Yeah, it requires 2 blast furnaces. Words are hard. So we're looking at 16 double sheets, which is 32 iron sheets, which is a stack of goddamn wrought iron. We don't have that right now. Which means, well, we're not going to be doing that wonderful little tank bit. We're going to be loading stuff up at the shore and pushing the tank off. I kind of hope to have this whole nonsense up and running right now. But I miscounted how many resources we needed. I do intend to dip into Mekanism for a lot of things. Unfortunately, I'd like to go into the solar panels. But it's not going to happen. It's really not going to happen. I still need to get into the frickin' this guy for proper automation, which you won't be able to do until I get that. Right? And then to make this thing, I need a friggin', yeah, I need a red steel anvil, which needs, make a black steel anvil, which means I need, yeah, so that's unfortunate. Now granted, I could. This guy here represents, what? That guy represents 14 ingots. And I could melt it down. 14, no, that still doesn't get us enough. That gets us to 40. Still not enough. Oops. So, I'm going to try to set this thing up and we'll see how it works. And then hopefully between now and the next episode I'll get the automated part. So just give me a minute here. So in the midst of this, my plums came up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and change whole stacks of them. It's awesome. Because I got a whole bunch of stuff ready here. Vinegar, sake. Got rye. I'll make a whole lot of vinegar right here. Okay, so here's this part of the plan in a nutshell. Tank cart goes up there. I shut this off again because it's going to try to come back on me. How did you... yeah, I did that, didn't I? I forgot about that. Where did you end up? Oh, that's an easy fix. So yeah, this is some of the cheaty cobble I picked up before the last update. Cobble now needs a iron or better pick and has a stack size of 1. I'm fairly certain I am not the cause of this, Although, I can neither confirm nor deny that. Okay, so let's try this again. Do you unload anything? Nope. Okay. So, tank cart, we got nothing in there. Which means we lost a bucket because I broke it. Turn you on. You go up. Now what? Really? Because of that? That's the reason you have a problem here? Okay, get up here. Well, I think it unloaded. Okay. Let's go with a regular rail. How come nothing ever works the way you want it to the first time? Man, do I have anything else I could use there? I'm going to use this jack-o'-lantern. Because I'll need light up here anyway. So, that. Anything in here? We have one bucket of salt water. So we managed to unload once. Quite count that as a smashing success. You should go up there, unload. Alright, that part works. Now to just go back and spend a few more redstone blocks bringing my rails closest together. And if you're wondering why I'm doing that instead of what's here, let me grab this. So these are, so here, I'm going to break this. These are treated wood planks from Immersive Engineering. It's a slight problem with these guys. So while they look good, I didn't realize they had that small problem when I started building. However, having a nice block that doesn't conduct a redstone signal isn't all bad. That's not entirely bad. This is still a lot of stuff we can do with this. They look nice, for one. And you don't have to worry about accidentally tripping anything if you put redstone in your house. It's okay. Okay, I'm going to finish the rest of this project. And next time, hopefully we'll get on some of the other stuff we plan to do. I'm going to do a whole lot of editing and see you guys later. Yeah, bye.